Hello everyone, welcome to the lecture number 4 of chapter 11 Human Eye and the Colorful World. In this video lecture we are going to learn about the refraction of light through a glass prism and dispersion of white light by a glass prism and rainbow formation. So here in this paragraph it is given that glass prism is a triangular in shape and it has two triangular bases and three rectangular lateral surfaces, and these surfaces are inclined to each other, and the angle between its two lateral faces is called the angle of prism. So I am going to show you through the activity. This activity you can see, activity 11.1. In this figure we can see a triangular glass prism which has three rectangular lateral surfaces, and these are inclined to each other, and the angle between these inclined surfaces is called angle of prism. So here angle A, you can see angle A is angle of prism. So it is given here. And what is dispersion of light? Because white light is a combination of 7 colors, and when it passes through the glass prism, it splits into its component colors, that is 7 colors, which is the acronym for that is Vibgyor. So here also we can see that first of all I want to tell you here these two lateral surfaces are there, and the angle between these two lateral surfaces is angle A, and that is angle of prism. So I am labeling this angle of prism between these two lateral surfaces. Now next thing is the incident ray. In this diagram you can see PQ is the incident ray which is falling on the glass prism. This is the incident ray, and when this ray passes from rare medium means air is a rare medium which is light. It passes, the light ray is passing from air to glass. It is not going in the straight line, it is bending towards a normal, because we have learnt in chapter 10 refraction of light, in which we have learned that when light ray changes its medium, then its path also changes. It bends or goes away from the normal. So here the light ray is going from, it is traveling from one medium to another, from air to glass. Air is a rare medium and glass is a dense medium, so it will bend towards the normal. So we can see the incident ray is bending towards the normal. Now again when the medium is changed, then light ray will again refract and it will now go away from the normal. Here it is going towards the normal, it is bending towards the normal because it is passing from rare medium to dense medium, from air to glass. Now on the other surface it is passing from dense medium to rare medium, means from glass to air, so it will move away from normal. So this is called emergent ray. So in this diagram you can see PQ is the incident ray and EF is the refracted ray and FS is the emergent ray. And the angles also you can see, this is a refracted ray and incident ray, this is the incident ray and this is emergent ray. And the angles also we can see, angle of incidence, angle of refraction and angle of emergence. This angle is angle of emergence. So first of all we will see angle of incidence. This is the incident ray, it is bending towards the normal and then it is going away from the normal when it moves from one medium to another, means refraction is taking place. The light ray is not going in a straight line, it is bending or it is going away from the normal. So if we extend this incident ray in the forward direction and if we extend the emergent ray in the backward direction, so there is an angle between these two lines, and that is, you can see in the diagram, it is angle D, which is called angle of deviation. Now what is deviation? Deviation means going apart from the path, means not going in a straight line. So the rays are deviating here, they are bending or they are going away from the path, from the normal. So it means this angle is called angle of deviation. What is that angle? when we extend the incident ray in forward direction and the emergent ray in backward direction. The angle between these two rays is the angle of deviation, which is represented by D, capital D. So this was angle D, angle of deviation. Angle of prism, I have told you before also. The angle between the two lateral surfaces, that was angle of prism. This is angle of deviation. Now we will see the angle of incidence and angle of refraction and angle of emergence. Now you can see that this is incident ray and it is normal. Now what is normal? Normal is a line which falls on perpendicular to any surface. So this is the normal, and the angle between the incident ray and normal is the angle of incidence, that is angle I. It is angle of incidence. Now it is the emergent ray and this is normal, and the normal and incident ray, emergent ray, the angle between these two is called angle of emergence, that is angle E. And this I have told you, this is angle of deviation. So these are the three angles, angle I, angle E and angle D, and angle A I have told you before. So these are the angles and these are the rays which you can see in the diagram, and you have to do this activity in your notebook also by drawing the figure also. So in all these theory parts, all these things are given which I have explained you through this activity. Now we can see that all these things are in the last paragraph after this activity, that this is incident ray, it is normal, refracted ray, emergent ray, angle of incidence, then angle of emergence, then angle of refraction, angle of deviation and angle of prism. All these things are explained through this activity. You can read from your book also, and you can repeat the video lecture and understand the things clearly, understand this activity. Now we will learn about the dispersion of white light by a glass prism. Now my dear students, what is dispersion? Dispersion is a splitting of light into its component colors. Now what are these component colors? As you know that white light is a combination of 7 colors, and when white light falls on the prism, it splits into its component colors. And how many component colors are there? 7. So it splits into 7 colors, and the acronym for this is VIBGYOR. V for violet, I for indigo, B for blue, G for green, Y for yellow, O for orange and R for red, as you can see in the figure. And this spectrum, this band of 7 colors which is represented as VIBGYOR, it is known as spectrum. So my dear students, you can see in the diagram spectrum, you can see, and the definition of dispersion and spectrum is given in this paragraph. You can underline and write in your notebook the definitions of dispersion of light and spectrum. So this is how the white light splits into 7 colors when it falls on a prism. Here is this definition given of dispersion. The splitting of light into its component colors is called dispersion, and this is the definition of spectrum. The band of the colored components of a light beam is called the spectrum. So this is the spectrum. In the diagram you can see when the white light falls on the prism, it splits into 7 colors, and that is called spectrum. So I hope you've understood the dispersion and spectrum. Now next thing is that in the spectrum, the red light bends the least and the violet the most. It means red light bending is least. Least bending is of red color and most bending is of violet color. So you must know this thing, that red color will bend the least and violet color will bend the most. In the diagram also you can see violet color is bending the most. In the lowermost part violet is present, and red is bending the least. It is on the uppermost part. So that is why these rays of each color emerge along the different paths and thus become distinct. It is the band of distinct colors that we see in the spectrum. Now one more activity is given, which is given by Isaac Newton, and he used the glass prism to obtain a spectrum of sunlight, and he tried to split the colors of the spectrum of white light further by using another similar prism. How he used another similar prism? He, as in the diagram you can see, then he placed a second identical prism in an inverted position with respect to the first prism. In the diagram also, two prisms are there. One is straight and another is in the inverted position. Two prisms are placed, and when white light falls on one of the prism, it splits down and dispersion takes place. It splits into 7 colors. Refraction and dispersion both is taking place. Now when this dispersed band of light falls on another prism which is in the inverted position, it again combines these 7 colors, and on the screen we see the white light. It means it is called recombination of the 7 colors. This activity is called recombination of the spectrum of white light, which was given by Isaac Newton. So this activity shows that white light is a combination of 7 colors, because when white light passes through a prism, it splits into 7 colors. And when these 7 colors again pass through the identical inverted prism, it again recombines and forms a white light. So in this way, the recombination is taking place of the spectrum of white light. So you have to read this activity and draw this figure also. It is given figure 11.6 in your book. Now you can see here again, if you want, then I will explain it again. Then white light which is falling, then in the lower portion violet is there, and then in upper portion red was there, and then it again recombines. Now this observation gave Newton the idea of that sunlight is made up of the 7 colors, because any light which is splitting into 7 colors, that is a white light. So sunlight is also a white light which has 7 component colors. Now we will see the rainbow formation. So rainbow, it is a natural spectrum appearing in the sky after the rain shower. It means after the rain, when tiny water droplets are present in the atmosphere and sun appears at that time, then what happens? It causes the dispersion of sunlight by the tiny water droplets present in the atmosphere. And rainbow is always formed in a direction opposite to the sun, opposite to that of sun. So it means when we are standing, it means when sun is behind us, then in the opposite direction we can see the rainbow. And why it happens? Because the tiny droplets which are present in the atmosphere, they act as small prisms, and when sunlight falls on these small droplets of water, then 7 colors, it splits into 7 colors. Dispersion of light takes place, and the 7 colors are coming out from each droplet, and then it appears to be as rainbow which we can see in the sky. So you can see it is written here that water droplets act as a small prism, and they refract and disperse the incident sunlight. Now I will explain this process, how rainbow formation takes place, through the diagram also. In the diagram you can see the sunlight is falling on a raindrop. It is a raindrop. The sunlight is falling on it, and then it is air. Air is a rarer medium, and water droplets is a denser medium. So the light ray will bend towards a normal. Refraction will take place, and because it is acting as a small prism, so dispersion is also taking place. So at this surface, 2 processes are taking place. One is refraction and second is dispersion. Now on the another surface, now medium is not changed, so total internal reflection will take place. Light will reflect back, and then it again passes from one medium to another. It will pass from water to air. So it will again refract and split into 7 colors, and that 7 colors fall on our eyes and we see it as rainbow. So it is caused due to dispersion of sunlight. It means it is the phenomena of rainbow: dispersion, refraction, total internal reflection. All these are the phenomena. You can note it down, and you should draw the diagram of rainbow formation, this raindrop, and explanation of this rainbow formation. You must write in your notebook and learn it also. So when white light, again I can explain it to you, that white light is falling on the raindrop, it is refracting and dispersion is taking place. On the another surface, total internal reflection, and then refraction is taking place. So in this way we can see the rainbow in the opposite side of the sun after the rain shower. Now in our next video lecture we will learn about the atmospheric refraction, twinkling of stars, advanced sunrise and delayed sunset, and scattering of light, Tyndall effect, and why is the color of clear sky blue, and color of the sun at sunrise and sunset. Thank you. That's all.